Hi, I'm Liv.
I'm Love.
And I'm Love.
And this is Live Laugh Love.
So last week we were just a little bit silly, so this week we're gonna get really serious. So
This idea came up in class. And it's just basically it's just about bullying and bullying stories and how it will get better. It does get better in the end.
So me and Liv are gonna talk about our stories and how we were bullied.
When I was young, really young, around 6, I was a bully myself. Yeah, but I didn't really know better. I used to call people with glasses 4 eyes, believe it or not. And then when I got glasses myself, I felt like shit. Because people would do the same to me, and then I would feel so bad for the people that I did it to. And I don't know, but it just got so bad. I used to have a friend in 3rd grade to 4th grade who would make fun of how I laughed or talked or the way I dressed. It wasn't a fun thing, but I always forgave her for that. I don't know why. And it got worse when I got older because of the changes that would happen. I quit dance when I was 8 years old, and to me, I think that was a big mistake because I got kind of fat, and people would make fun of my weight. But shit happens. I got really badly bullied when I was in 6th grade. There was one girl in particular who would just pick on me non-stop for no reason at all. I didn't even know her before 6th grade, and she just picked me out of everyone in the class and picked on me all the time. She was friends with everybody else, and I was that one girl that she picked on. I was that outcast. My best friend was a boy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but because my best friend was a boy, she would say, "Oh my gosh, you totally like him." No, I don't. But it hurts when people are bullied, and by the time I got to high school, it was way worse because people are so judgmental in high school. I used to lie about my life. I used to tell everybody that I had a lot more money than I actually do, and that I've met famous people tons of times. I won the lottery twice. I told them I won the lottery twice. And I also used to do their homework to get on their good side so they wouldn't pick on me. And now I'm thinking to myself, why did I do this? I am perfect no matter what anybody else thinks. And to think that people are cutting themselves and killing themselves because they're getting bullied is ridiculous. Do these people feel anything? It's ridiculous. Do you not feel anything when you hear that girl with the glasses you were picking on has started cutting herself, and now you're making fun of her for cutting herself because it releases all the inner pain she had on the inside onto something on the outside? Or you hear that overweight boy that you kept pushing around just killed himself. Does that make you feel okay? Are you happy that you're a bully now? It's ridiculous. And honestly, I just want to tell those people who are cutting themselves and thinking that the bullying is getting too hard to take care of and you're thinking of going to kill yourself, don't. Because it gets better.
Hi everyone, when I was in elementary school, I was bullied. And it was pretty bad, especially in this one grade. It lasted about 3 years, not even maybe 2 years and a couple months. Anyways, it's not the point. It all started in grade 3. But before that, I have no idea why. Everything was fine. I had no problems. Everyone was pretty cool. I don't know why I just had to start in that grade. Anyway, so when grade 3 rolled around, grade 3 is we're just little, obnoxious. We're just stupid. They'll make up every excuse in the book just to... Can you shut up? They'll just be really stupid. They're just ridiculous. So, of course, being in grade 3 and all the boys are a little stupid, They just started saying, ew, don't go near Vanessa, she has cooties. I'd be like, I don't even know. I just like try to avoid them, but I never could. I would go near someone, sometimes it'd even be a girl, and they'd be like, ew, don't go near Vanessa, she has cooties. And that was basically grade 3, just cooties this, cooties that, and blah, 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 all that. And it was just really stupid. Then grade 4 was the year I actually wish that moment of my life never existed. Like, I hated grade 4. One day we were outside for gym, and when we were walking back, one of the kids found a stick. They thought, I'm assuming they thought, oh, it'd be funny to throw it at Vanessa. So they picked it up and they threw it at my back. I turn around and I give him this face like, ow, like, why'd you throw it at me? He ends up saying, oh, sorry, it was an accident. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna let it go. So I keep on walking, and I don't even know how far away it was, but we're still walking. He picks it up again, and he throws it at my back again. And again, and again. And he just constantly does it until we get back to the school. We go back inside. I sat down at my desk, crying. Like, I was crying. Everyone came up to me and asked me what's wrong. I didn't want to tell anyone. I don't know why. I eventually did tell them what happened, but I just didn't at the time. I just didn't want to say what was happening. That's what happened. I got whipped in the back, and when I got home, my back was red when I got home. That was in the middle of the day. I got home, and my back was red. So then grade 5 came. It wasn't as bad, but it was still pretty bad and everything. Like, I'm still being bullied, so obviously it's not good, so obviously it's bad. It got to a point in grade 5 where I just couldn't take it anymore. I didn't want to come to school. I'd pretend to be sick. I would make up every excuse. Oh, Mom, I'm not feeling well. Can I stay home? I would just tell her constantly, Mom, I'm sick. Can I stay home? Sometimes I'd pretend. Sometimes I'd make myself throw up and show my mom just so I could stay home. I know it sounds weird, but like, it was an excuse for me to stay home. Like, I did not want to go to school because of it sometimes. So one day, my teacher came up to me and she pulled me out into the hall in the mornings after announcements went on and everything. Well, after announcements and everything, my teacher pulled me out into the hall and she asked me, Vanessa, are you being bullied? I told her, no, I was not being bullied. She asked me a good 3 or 4 times, and the same answer was over and over and over again, no, I'm not being bullied. I did not want to admit I was being bullied. Not that I didn't want to admit it, but I just didn't want to say anything. I did not want to say I was being bullied. So she asked me, the final time she asked me, she's like, Vanessa, she looked me dead in the eye. She's like, are you being bullied? I'm like, I finally said, yes, I'm being bullied. She looked at me with this, like, why were you constantly saying no? Why were you in denial? Why wouldn't you tell me? And she asked me that. I told her it was because I never wanted to get anyone else in trouble. I did not want to say anything because I thought it would get worse if I told anyone, that everyone would call me a snitch. I was a tattletale. I just was telling everyone. I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to get anyone else in trouble. She asked me, do I at least have one friend in the class or anyone in the class who was not bullying me? I said yes, 2 kids. One was one of my best friends, and there was this other kid in my class who I wasn't exactly friends with, but he wasn't doing anything to me. So my teacher asked me who was it, and I told her it was my friend Megan. She pulled her out into the hall. She called her name, pulled me on the hall, but she wanted to check on the class, so she went back in. But my friend had this look on her face.
Are you like Megan McKee?
Yeah. So she had this look on her face. She came out and she gave me this look like, I'm so mad at you right now. Like, I can't believe you got me in trouble. But I told her, don't worry, it's because of... I explained it to her. So my teacher came back on the hall, and she said, did you know that Vanessa was being bullied? She said, yeah. She even said that half the kids in the class were saying, ooh, Vanessa got in trouble, and they were like taunting and just repetitively saying that. When I honestly heard that, I looked to the side, I'm like, what? Like, I didn't really surprise me, but it did hurt. Like, obviously bullying hurts. So my teacher told me to go across the hall with my friend Megan and this kid, this other kid in my class. We just went across the hall. She talked to my class, and when I went back in, I honestly thought, what did I do? Why did I say that? It's gonna be 10 times worse now. I'm gonna be made fun of more than I ever was. Everyone's gonna think I'm a snitch. No one's gonna like me now. And that's what I thought. But I went back into class and everyone apologized. I got a letter apologizing for everything. Like, we were sorry that we ever did this to you. Can you forgive us and everything? And I honestly, that was one of the happiest moments of my life, knowing that that was ending. I went home that night and my teacher called my mom, and my mom told me herself that apparently half the class was crying knowing that I didn't want to get them in trouble. Meanwhile, I would walk in every day with this happy expression on my face and just a sigh of relief, like nothing was going on. And now that I can actually do that and mean it, it's just amazing. So anyone who's being bullied out there, just tell someone. You can't do anything about anything if you don't tell anyone. Just remember, it will get better.
Okay, so I was never bullied, but like hearing their stories about them being bullied, it like makes me feel so bad, because like these people, they're making them like feel depressed, and it's not nice. And a lot of my friends that I hung out with in elementary school, like they were bullies to a lot of people, including Vanessa, which I feel really bad about. And seeing these people that I know have been bullied now in high school, they seem a lot happier, so it gets better.
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 It's gonna get better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better. It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
I can stay awake for days.
It gets better.
That's what you
It gets better.
So that was our video this week, and if you're watching this and you have been bullying someone, or even slightly picking on someone, because even the slightest thing can hurt someone or do anything to them, think twice before you act, because anything can happen. Multiple kids can be picking on someone, and then you might just set them off. You could be the reason that they could die, or even like start cutting themselves. You don't know, so just think twice before you do, because even if you are a bully, it can get better even for you.
I'm Liv.
I'm Laugh.
And I'm Love.
Always remember to live, laugh, and love. And always remember,
It gets better.